more can you say? This guy has been one of the flashiest players to watch in any game that he plays. PM especially, his Wolf kind of redefined the entire way to look at the character. Probably pushed him single-handedly into the top tier. Maybe not single-handedly, but you know, the guy's a monster. So in this game, I'm assuming he plays Letterburn. I have to guess he plays Letterburn.
I just want to bring up a quick one I saw on Twitter too. It looks like Armada might be coming back to platform fighters as well, also playing Zed, or at least seems pretty excited about it, which I'm always excited to see him back around for any kind of games we can get him back in for.
Broza, you said Armada might be coming back, and then my heart just went like it just started beating really fast.
I didn't mean to tease. But you know,
it's a start.
We can get him back in the back stateside playing platform fighters is a good day.
That's a great start. I gotta agree. It's like, you know, he came for commentary for Tipped Off. Now he's gonna enter a platform fighter. It's the pipeline, bro. I think we know what's coming next. That's
Listen,
right.
We every time I think I'm out, I get pulled back in.
They pull you back in, bro.
There's such a mystique to somebody who goes out while they're still relatively on top at a certain period, and you almost wonder, like, some kind of what if, and it leaves you wanting for a little bit more. And when somebody like Armada comes back and, like, for all of us spectators, I know that Armada accomplished a lot of what he wanted to accomplish. For a lot of us spectators, we were like, almost like, but what if we had a little more?
A little more.
Right.
Just a little taste, right? Because it makes you wonder.
No, it's the Elway factor, right? You go out on top like that. You don't have a chance to, you know, you ride off into the sunset right away, and it's fighting games, man. You always get that urge, that hankering to come back and play one more set. One more set, dude.
But yeah, guys, thank you. We've been floating between 4,000 and 5,000 total viewers. We're not even in top 8 yet, so much love to everyone supporting it. Woo. We got Switch versus Bbatts coming in hot.
Yeah, Bbatts has made it pretty clear that this is going to be his, I think, like, just primary exploit from now on. This is the game that he's going to be following heavily. Also,
water.
I gotta say, Bbatts, as a commentator, I have to give props to Bbatts for also really leveling up the commentary game. Has been representing on the mic extremely well, but that's not what we're concerned with right now, bro. So we're concerned with how Bbatts shows up with the fleet against Switch and the Maypaul. Rocking two very good color palettes, I will also add.
I agree that the pastels, I mean, the Rivals team has always been fantastic with their representation as far as these color palettes go, and you see an extent of it here. Excuse me. I know Hbox was saying that I was expecting the Zetter from Switch. I'm honestly not surprised to see the Maypaul instead. I mean, you talk about APM, you talk about buttons. Switch is going to push some buttons in this set.
When I think about Switch, I think about somebody that is flying across the screen and, yeah, exactly like you said, pressing buttons constantly. And when I think of that in this game, Zetter's the close number 2, but Maypaul is definitely the number 1. This character is impossible to catch when moving at top speed, and Switch is definitely going to be somebody that can bring out the most of that speed. Went for the ramen noodles edge grab as well, but Bbatts able to angle just enough to actually get back, using the tornado to cover that way onto the stage as well. Both of these players still hunting for that first stock, and it's going to be the tether into the aerial off stage real quick. Switch just bursting out there to get that first one.
Maypaul, one of those characters widely considered to be damn good in this meta. However, that is true in Rivals 1 as it is in Rivals 2. You get stuck off there with a wall jump, there's a good chance you're gonna die.
Yeah, if you don't have that tether especially, right, and if your opponent's off stage, no chance.
Ooh.
And I love the idea there from Bbatts trying to pick up the combo with the hits of the up B, but not quite able to turn those Peggle sound effects into big combos.
I'm trying to do the math in my head. I don't think that would have killed at that percentage of the part of the stage, but it'd be pretty close. Maypaul's pretty light, and we're already pretty far off the stage at that point. That would have done some damage.
Light characters in and of themselves with both of these characters. I love the idea of the down air, and nice reaction to that tether off stage. If you don't react to that, you can definitely die easily. Maypaul can just pop the up B very, very quickly to take you up the top, but Bbatts, of course, we know, very good at this game. Not going to get caught napping like that against Switch.
Oh! What a counter.
That heat-seeking missile killed? Like that?
That's what Bbatts was looking for earlier with the up B. That was beautiful.
I'm just surprised it's sent that way. I figured it would send forward, and no, it just killed him off the side.
Good platform fighters should, I think, occasionally have those moments where you go, why did it send that way?
It's a thinking man's platform fighter, right? If it made sense every time, we would just already know how it happened.
Moves that make you go,
But this has been like a knockdown set so far. I mean, nobody's really been able to establish a true advantage. Excuse me. You love seeing this, especially early on in the game's lifespan.
From the platform, using the float very effectively, and Bbatts gets it again with the upbeat.
Yo!
Looking for it 3 times, 2 for 3. That's a 667 batting average, and that makes you an MVP. Oh my goodness.
Damn. He's getting signed to the Mets tomorrow, Mona. What do you do there? That is a checkmate situation. You saw them stall out there. You saw them waste the air dodge. That was because they knew Switch had to tether. Soon as you see that tether, you hit the up B. See you later. Just perfect play.
Absolutely sickening, bro.
The Mets could use a fleet right now. We're down 2-0 against the Dodgers. Don't like to see that. Anyways, we got rivals to talk about. Nobody cares about baseball, especially when Bbatts is out here knocking down Switch with these crazy offstage edge guards. Sometimes in this game, it can be hard to really divine where exactly your opponent is going to recover, but Bbatts has been locking down Switch out there.
And that's the beauty of fleet off stage. I mean, you have that long-lasting nair, the float. I could really see this being a thorn in the side for Maypaul going forward.
Game number 2, we're going over to Merchant Port. Going to give Switch a lot more room to maneuver. Also, closer blast zones off the side. Julesville, especially off the top, say that this is a stage that I would almost never leave open against Maypaul, because your confirms with the tether into up air are a lot more difficult to escape than the tether into up B that we've seen Switch go for a couple of times. If you get tether into up air, Merchant Port has a crazy low ceiling. You can get kills just by knocking them up near the top blast zone at like 60 or 70%.
Okay, this is another tough one going out way low, but is going to make it. No, not yet. I think he might just be gone.
Oh, wow. The
Once
pink
those
fleet.
resources are depleted, Fleet is not a top, or excuse me, Maypaul is not a top tier anymore. Off stage, not the best.
No tether, no chance. That's more or less how I think of it. And that's kind of been, I think, the approach from Bbatts as well. Is, hey, if Switch does not have the tether available, then just hit him a couple times and then immediately start hunting for that up B to get the kill. And speaking of hunting, oh my goodness, that bow is coming out strong.
We are moving right now. That was a hell of a sequence. Take notes, all new Fleet players. This is what you want to be doing.
I think what I'm loving as well is that Bbatts isn't even going for the crazy technical stuff, although the floats off stage looking very peach-like. If there's anything that you can point to, like, you know, a player's history and show, oh yeah, this is what they used to do, that edge guard alone can tell you that Bbatts used to play Peach and Melee.
Juggle. Man, this just, I understand the counter pick, but this just feels so good for Bbatts right now. That's a 3 stock. I didn't even realize that.
Dude, Bbatts is insane.
Listen, they were talking about putting out a fleet guide. If this doesn't convince you to go and follow in them and ensure they make this fleet guide, I don't know what will. If you want a head start when the game drops officially, you need to be watching Bbatts play.
Oh.
The tether into immediately getting down aired again. Your recovery equals my edge guard.
Insane.
Get back down there.
I mean, what better way to make a statement? Bbatts putting in the work. He goes to top 24 now with relative ease. And yeah, Switch did what he could, but my God, that offstage presence was those arrows too. Like, what was going on? That was insane.
Bbatts in chat said that was kind of icky. I'm gonna be real. I agree with you. That